nothing is really as it seems. We tend to think of air as being empty, which is why we say thin air. But there's 20,000 kilograms of air sitting right on top of your head. And guess what? It's only on top of your head, not the whole earth. 7 billion people are there on earth. All of them have a head, all of them have air on top of their head. So imagine how much weight that would be entirely. And you can still probably realize that humans don't still cover the earth entirely, right? We're like, obviously, there's a lot of talk on population, but there's still a lot of area that is not covered by human heads. Then there is area that is covered by human heads. Precisely, if you were to put 2,550 billion more heads, then the earth would entirely be covered. And if you were to look at it from outer space, you would only see human heads there. Of course, for that you can't cover the earth entirely, you would have to cut down the forests and stuff, but you can get the picture. Now think about the weight of all of that air on top of all of their heads. 20,000 kilograms on top of 2,557 billion people. Mind blowing? 1.5 kilometers of air on top of you. What do you expect? But why doesn't this air spread out? In fact, it's because of air spreading out that many companies are able to make a lot of profit. For instance, perfume company. The only reason that perfumes work, is because things tend to spread out. Doubly, it's a double advantage. First of all, the smell of the perfume spreads out, which is a good thing. If you don't put perfume, your body smell spreads out, and that's a bad thing. So there are two reasons. Just because things tend to spread out, that the perfume companies can make profits. But why doesn't the air this thickly around, the air is so thick around the earth and not so thick elsewhere in the universe, then why doesn't this air spread out? But why do we expect air to spread out in the first place? Why does air normally spread out? If you have a balloon with a lot of air inside it, you poke a hole in the balloon, the air immediately comes out. But why is it so? And now you have a point. You start to think about this. There are many things that you know that don't spread out. For example, me, if I were to spread out evenly throughout this room and mix with the air, my parents would be horrified. But when we burn a dead person in a funeral, they do spread out and mix with the air. But how? How does a person who is solid all along suddenly become gaseous? In fact, the gas he's become is carbon dioxide, the gas we all hate. He's also sitting up there, of course, like distributed evenly throughout the earth, contributing to global warming. But why does carbon dioxide come both while burning things and while eating things? Guess what? The answer is not expected. There's a fire inside us, inside all of our cells, which is keeping us alive. You might have heard that oxygen is required for fire. It's the same reason that oxygen is required for life too. The moment you run out of oxygen, the fire dies out, and so do you. You might have also wondered how your body temperature miraculously always is greater than the room temperature. Hot things cool down eventually, don't they? It's the same reason, because there's a fire inside you. You do cool down, but you keep heating up also because of the fire inside you. And hence your body temperature is always maintained at 37 degrees, roughly 12 degrees above room temperature. This is also the reason why blankets make you feel warm. Because you heat up the air around you and the blanket traps that air, which is the reason that you feel warm. And now probably you're appreciating how interconnected reality is. How all of the different phenomena of nature, which seem totally different, are actually different aspects of the same phenomena. And this is just a part of it. Since I couldn't keep going on, I wish I could, but since this would not be the right place, I intend to entertain all of you in our Prestige Pinewood Theatre by presenting to you reality as it is, as we know it today, with all of the interconnections between different phenomena of nature. And I promise you, it will be thrilling. In that talk, which will be about 2 hours, I will tell about the world picture that we have today, how we arrived at this picture, and how the world looks from this point of view. Trust me, it'll be much more thrilling and unexpected than you'll think initially how it'll be. And In our theater, since our theater is small, only 30 seats can be there, max to max. So register soon. Thank you.